Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Mist and the BJD channel, one of them. So, I know it's been a while since I have made a video. Typically they're week to week. But I'm kind of going through one of those bad, weird weeks we all have. Um, and by that meaning, those of you in the hobby know that we often suffer from a lot of anxiety. Not all of us, some of us. Some people get offended when I say that because they're like, I'm not anxious, I'm not depressed, I'm not sad, blah, blah, blah. I get a whole bunch of DMs of people saying, you said everybody in the hobby is depressed or upset or anxious, and I'm not, so you're wrong. Well, dude, let me tell you something. A majority of the people are that I've met. Now, maybe you're not. Maybe you're great. So I'm glad, but I like to try to make videos that's relatable to everybody. So I apologize if me saying that a lot of people in the hobby are sad or depressed or anxious or whatever upsets you, but a majority are. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So this kind of has been like a down week for me. It hasn't been great. Um, my anxiety levels are just sky high. And I'm not real sure why. I've had some weird lucid dreaming lately too, where I just keep going to my bathroom and I'm trying to wake up and trying to wake up and trying to wake up. And finally, I can force myself awake. But I've had some weird lucid dreaming this week. My anxiety levels are through the roof, and I'm not real sure why. Maybe my um, anxiety has just crossed some weird new path. I'm not real sure how to explain it. But yeah, I've just been feeling not great this week. And I don't want to make videos for this channel that I don't feel are quality. So I'm not going to come on here guaranteed specific day, specific time, whatever, unless the content I provide to my subscribers, to my viewers, is content they'll enjoy or something I myself would enjoy. But I'm continuing trying to talk to you guys like person to person, real talk and whatnot. So anyway, basically, um, I've been selling a lot of dolls. eBay has been crazy. I know a bunch of fees are going to hit for next month soon, and it's just been weird. And I'm not real mad at anybody but myself, to be honest with you. This is more or less a life update as well as the hobby. But I think the BJD hobby is kind of tricky. Um, because it's kind of like looking at a ring or a wedding ring, or diamonds or jewelry or something of that sort. And then also accessorizing. Because what happened was when I first got into the hobby, I had so many ideas going in my head, like so many, and I couldn't really pinpoint what I wanted to do. And so what happened is I got all these parts. I got tails, and I got wings, and I got headpieces, and I got bunny ears, and I got all these resin parts. And a lot of them right now are being sold in the flash sale, the haul sale. Um, and so I just think it's kind of weird because, I did want to use them at some point, but as we all know, in the BJD hobby, a lot of things are photoshopped and they look better than they are than when you get them sometimes for certain things. And then other times the shape isn't quite right, or maybe you just really want it at that time, but you're not even sure for what sculpt or doll. It's just been kind of funny to me because I ended up keeping some ears, but all the rest were just like, I was looking at some things I got back from the artist because I asked the artist to send me everything that's not, included in our contract of what we ship back and forth. Because basically our deal is, I'm gonna pay you for the face of the outfit and some of the accessories if I need them. I like to have the full sets complete when I get them back, typically. Um, and her mom is gifted in the way that she can help complete that order. But basically, I told her anything else that you might have there, go and send it back. So that's a lot of the stuff that's on the BJD haul right now. And so when she sent it back, there was just so much stuff. And it was like, some of these things I don't remember buying. I know they're mine. I can go and sign on to Bambi Crony or Whitdoll or Elutz or Soldar or any of the other places I bought these accessories and see that I did purchase them. But some things I didn't remember purchasing. And so I kind of want to dive into that in this video in the next 5 minutes. Guys, be very wary about what you purchase and why. First of all, EMS is very expensive. EMS can run you about $35. You can find a pair of eyes for $20 and end up paying $50 with EMS, unless you buy more stuff to make it worth your while. Um, if there's certain kind of eyes. Same thing with outfits. You can find an outfit for $50 on Sadal or higher, and then have to pay another $29 to $30 or more, depending on where you are for EMS, because they don't seem to offer a cheaper option, which I don't think is quite fair, because if I can USPS to somebody and you can USPS to somebody, I don't understand why the doll companies won't allow that. Now, ever so often there will be some local people who will do some specials. If you go to their cons or whatnot, you can get it free there. They'll give you some kind of discount to order it there. But often the times, more than not, I've seen EMS on every single little thing. Dalmore's been really great. On eBay, they don't charge for shipping. It's free. But if you go through the website and try to get a doll, there will be some kind of shipping. So it's been that way. So I just wanted to make this kind of like a thing for new people in the hobby. You're gonna get inspired. You're gonna get inspired a lot, and you got to be careful with the way that you're inspired. You don't want to go and buy everything you see unless you know what it's for, or unless it's LE. Sometimes I'm going to be more lenient on LE. In other words, I have been lucky to have collected many LE dolls, which is great, because if I need to sell them on the secondhand market, I can either mark them up or low, depending on what I think. Typically, I'm such a nice person, I don't raise them crazy, but you can get a higher markup on something LE versus non LE, obviously. Even parts. I just sold a Wit doll um, pumpkin head, and that probably won't be re-released until mid-October ish, if it's released. And sometimes they don't re-release them at all. I've seen so many websites that say coming soon, re-releasing soon, available soon, and it never changes because they don't update them. So yeah, just be wary about what accessories you buy, unless you know who they're for, because my doll artist has done phenomenal work, and it's not that I don't anticipate it, but I can't visually see how amazing she ends up making things look. And then when I do see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's nailed everything. She's nailed the dress, she's nailed the wig, she's nailed the eyes. Because I use soft eyeglasses with Masterpiece, and she can even go and order custom. It's really cool. But I'm like, she's nailed the whole thing. So I didn't need to buy those shoes. I didn't need to buy those stockings. I didn't need to buy that tulle skirt. I didn't need to buy, the only things that I think are necessity right now in this hobby, especially if you're on a budget in this hobby, which many of us are, is to only focus on what you need and what you know what it's for, not what you want and what you might need. Now, that's not attacking any kind of these BJD monthly services that people subscribe to get free stuff. I think that's really cool and fun, actually. And I've even done that before. I've done Fukibakuros. I've done Dalmore's, extras, whatever. I've done all those before, and they're great if you need extra stuff or want to do something different. But when you're like me and kind of like your whole thing, everything's custom, sometimes you're getting up things that you don't really need. So just kind of find the value there. If you see an excellent grab bag sale, I'd definitely jump on that. If it says it's worth more than it is or something of that. But I wouldn't go around purposely ordering things that we don't need in this hobby, because it's not cost effective, and you get stuck with a whole bunch of stuff you can't need or use. And then you don't really want to sell it because you paid for it and you don't think you'll get it on the market. Um, so like right now, I'm basically working on my core dolls. What I mean by my core dolls is I had a whole bunch to begin with, and now I've got it down to just the ones I'm gonna actually physically be keeping. And so really all I want at this point are stands to put them on. Now I know a lot of people in the hobby don't like to do that. They don't want them displayed. Um, but I'd mentioned this in the video. Everybody in this hobby is different about what they do. Some of us just leave them in the box and never touch them again. Even blank and don't deface them. Some of us just order heads. I found that out recently, and I was like, that is interesting. I saw one person who had nothing but heads. They just like the faces, and honestly, cost effective. Um, but we're all different in the way that we display. Some people leave in the boxes. Some people put them on stands, which is what I'm probably gonna do. Other people sit them on their bookshelves or cures or whatever, which I've done before, but it causes me a little. It stresses me out because I worry about it yellowing. I worry about it falling. I worry about it getting dusty. I worry about so much that I don't need to worry about. So I don't typically keep them open that out. If I have them on a display case, it's going to be in one of the walk-in closets. I'm going to kind of work on something unique and creative for it. Um, but mainly, I'm just very OCD in that sense. I don't like my clothes that are custom to get all wrinkled. I don't like the faces to get little tiny particles of dust. And if you're in this hobby, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, and I've met some terrible geniuses who I've shown the dolls before, and they literally touch the face and mess it up, and I have to redo it. So I don't really display them that way. I will sit with them for a TV show. I'll sit with them for music. I've even sat with them in bed reading books. But then I'll put them back on the stand if we're gonna go the stand route. So everybody's different the way they display. But what I'm saying is, you don't want to be going in your walk-in closet or your regular closet or your drawer, wherever you put your doll stuff. Some people put it in the attic, the basement. We're all different. But you don't want to be going in there and seeing like this huge thing of accessories and your dolls are complete. Um, because we're all so different in the hobby. See, when I get the doll, I want it done. I don't want to do anything. I want it like ready, good to go. And then if I ever want to change it later, my artist mom is so amazing. She can create anything, literally anything, and it's just the coolest thing ever. But as far as the face up, it's pretty much well done. The everything is made to last with this artist. So, um, but I've seen so many people come on here and talk about money, and I know that's something we don't really discuss. I don't think it should be a prompt. I think I've said that before. But some of us come over here and talk about money, and um, that's one way to save. Don't buy everything you see. Even if you have to like hide BJD Collect to see or like hide notifications from your Facebook groups just to not spend, that's one way to do it. Because it's very different. I've tried to explain this to so many people in the hobby, but they don't quite understand that are outside. It's the same way that it is when you see a beautiful Levion ring. It's the same way it is when you see the coolest, most avant-garde stuff you've seen, whether it be, some kind of memorabilia or a cape or whatever it is that we like that's unique. Or I've even seen people spend a ton of money on cosmetics, especially eye makeup. So we're all different in the sense. But I just don't want people to come on and be like, I don't have any money, and then they're doing these like random Fukibakuros they're ordering from some BJD person that's just getting rid of accessories they don't want, grab backs or whatnot. And again, I said that's great if they're getting a bargain on a deal or whatever. But if you don't really need it, I wouldn't buy it. You know what I mean? I bought so many cigarettes for my dolls because I figured they're all going to be smokers. And then I was like, I only need one, I don't need five. Um, and just with the EMS shipping and then everything else, you just got to be real careful in this hobby about how you spend. So, anyway, that's the gist of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I feel like I've been talking forever. Um, but I am going to try to make a point of making a video once a week, even if I'm having real bad days, which I am because allergies are terrible. And I've just had bad days in the sense that I get stuck in dreams and my days just run on and on and on. And I'm trying to make light of it as best I can, but we can't always pull ourselves up. Sometimes we need to just just kind of mellow out. So if I kind of go away for a while, that's why, but I will always come back. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, hit the like button. It really helps me out a lot. And also hit the notifications bell, and it will ring you in and let you know when I have a new video posted. I really do want this channel to grow. That's the plan. Um, a lot of channels are kind of going away on here, and it's sad to see, or people get upset and stop making content. But I'm gonna strong it out with the hard fight because, like I told you guys, I want to make sure that we're talking about things on this channel that nobody else is. So I hope this video helped somebody. I know we kind of started weird, but I got to the point eventually. I always do that. And have a great weekend. Bye.